Alright guys, it is that time again, and it is time for another completion, showcase, and a review. Now today, we got first Descendant, and I will give you my thoughts as well as the remaining last 3 achievements I did off stream, because honestly they were boring. And then at the end of the video, I will announce the next game we will be working on. Alright guys, I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, let me start by saying the game was a grind fest. That's right, I said it, a grind fest. Most of the gameplay was spent doing repetitive tasks, and waiting hours upon hours for components and weapons to be crafted. It was really annoying that there was only one effective way to level up, and that was through the survival mission, and it got so boring real quick. Like, I think after maybe 2 to 3 runs of that, yeah, no, it got old way too fast. The game gets mid after the tutorial and only gets decent near the end, which is not great at all, considering that it took me a day and 12 hours to do this shit. Honestly, the middle is just stale repeat missions. It seems to me that the creative team was overpaid for this dried chicken ass gameplay. Now the controls, I have nothing bad to say about. They were simple and there was nothing complicated about it. And what honestly makes me angry is that if you don't drop money in this game, you will spend a lot of your time just doing what I can only describe as chores. Alright, now when it comes to the game's story, honestly it was mediocre. It was really hard to follow sometimes because of how bland the voice acting was. You never really grew to care for anyone in the end. The lip syncing and the cutscenes were terrible, and yeah, like I said, they just had you all over the place before. The voice actors sounded like they were trying way too hard to be dramatic or funny or whatever. It's like they didn't even want to be in the recording studio. And sometimes it sounded like they were beginners. Almost every cutscene felt like a chore to sit through. There were some cool action scenes like that Jeremy fight, and that was really what kept us hyped up. It's hard to believe this game came out in 2024. I would have guessed this came out in 2017. With the way the graphics were set up, parts of the game looked rushed, and most of the characters looked like they were recycled and put in different clothes. There were a lot of areas where the frames dropped, and it didn't just affect me, it affected all my friends that were playing with us. A lot of the boss fights looked the same, and they were honestly boring, and they all had the same mechanics too. The same thing can be said about the general enemies. They all looked the same, they all blended in together, and sometimes the subtitles were wrong too. Alright, now there are a few good things in the game that I could talk about, and that's the replayability. The missions were easily accessible and they were marked, which made it very convenient if I wanted to grind some stuff out. And I would also like to talk about the co-op. That helped a lot, and I mean a lot, because there were so many people that were so high leveled, and it just made the grind easier because they could just one-shot everything. I like the feature of being able to enlist randoms to make our runs easier, and it helped us a lot late game. Alright, and now we are back to the bad. The sounds were okay, but they were kind of weird. Some parts of the game had audio issues, and I know for a fact this is true because my friend and I experienced them at the same time. Stuff like the audio would cut out, character lines would just get cut off mid-conversation. As someone who pays attention to the soundtrack and the music, it was pretty stale. Cause honestly, hearing the same guitar riff every gunfight did not help with the boredom. So it's safe to say that the sounds did not contribute to my already stale experience. All in all, I'm glad I didn't have to pay for the game, and there were some fun moments with my friends. It took me about a day and 12 hours of gameplay to get all the achievements, but most of it was spent grinding for items, and a fraction of that was spent on other things, like doing the story. All in all, I'd rate the game a 5.5. The game has potential, and I have faith that it could be something more, but for now, you are better off playing games like Warframe. Alright, and here is the completion. I will show it on screen here, and the next 2 clips are the final achievements I've gotten off stream. Alright, and that's it for First Descendant. Now, my next game is a game I really have been enjoying so far, and it's a game I started in 2017 and I've just picked up now, and that's Batman Arkham Knight. If you guys haven't checked out my Twitch, I've already gotten started, and I've defeated the Riddler, and now I'm just getting all the other miscellaneous achievements. If you guys would like to see more of this, please hop on over to my Twitch, the link is in the description. But expect more videos from the Batman Arkham Knight soon on my channel. Alright guys, I hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you all later.